Good evening and welcome to the Hemingway Jones Live Fountain Pen Show. This is our little corner of the internet where we speak about fountain pens, inks, journals, and journaling. Just about anything and everything. It's going to keep you inspired. Hello and welcome. Hard to believe it's been another week. They fly by so quickly. And the Tuesday night show is one of those occasions that I mark my week by. It's always wonderful to be able to sit down with you and catch up with what's going on in my studies of fountain pens, inks, and journals and journaling. I'm a pentologist. I'm a fountain penologist, a steelologist. I'm not sure exactly what I am, but I'm something along those lines. And the fun of it is sharing it all with you. So thank you for joining us. If you watch each week, please consider subscribing. I'd appreciate that. That's the one thing I ask for. Love to have you with me in all of this. So we have a fun show for you tonight. It's Montblanc. I wish I knew how to quit you. It's that relentless flirtation. We fight, we break up, we get back together again. Something goes wrong, I do something, Montblanc does something, and we part again. But where are we now? We may be moving back together. It's quite the story. It's coming up soon. Have some other fun stuff to tell you too, so it's going to be a good night. I have a new journal cover to share with you, which I am absolutely delighted about. I also have a new set of pens that I've been working with, because if you've been following the live show, I always show you which pens I've been writing with, and for a long time it hadn't changed. Tonight, it changed. It changed. Radically? A little bit. We'll show that shortly. I want to say hello to all the regular viewers and the members that are in the chat. It's always nice to see some of the same faces. See Lady Manx is out there. John Manuel, the legendary John Manuel. John Manuel does so much to help me behind the scenes. I cannot say enough of how much I appreciate John Manuel. He's a good guy, and he helps me keep the pen pal list up to date. And the pen pal list, if you don't know, we have a pen pal group for Illuminati and Cognoscenti members. So if you join the channel at those levels, you can join the pen pal group. And the way we have it, there's quite a few people in the pen pal group, which makes it super fun. So we broke it down into smaller groups so that you could be in your little pod if you like and speak to people within your pod or group, or you could go outside of it. It's up to you. So it's a way of making it a little more manageable. Make it smaller if you like, or you can also go larger. And I always send a welcome letter out to everyone so that you get something from me too. I try to make it interesting. It's fun. I like writing. I don't get as much chance to write as I'd like because I'm busy with my job, my day job, and my family, which is very, very important, and then editing videos, which is also important. Let's talk a little bit about videos. Videos are important. So this week, we have a really interesting video coming up. So Gravitas has released a new pen. I showed it here a few weeks back briefly, and I decided to do a video on it. So it's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy it. And that's coming out this Thursday. Probably as close to a straightforward pen review as I've done in like 3 years. But I really like it. It's interesting. It has a lot of interesting materials. It looks like a lava lamp. It's a lava lamp fountain pen. I think you'll enjoy it. And last week, we took on the handwriting of a Hollywood legend. I had a ball making that video. I love Cary Grant. And I know it's sad. Old people like me, we take it for granted. But Cary Grant's all but forgotten, sadly. If you say the word Cary Grant to someone under 30, on average, they have no idea who that is or any of his films. So a lot of that golden age of Hollywood is all slipping away, which is sad. But I wanted an opportunity to sort of pay homage to one of my style icons, one of my favorite actors. And he had a very interesting hand. So if you didn't catch that video, catch it. There's a lot of talk about his films, talk about his life, and handwriting, of course, because this is a fountain pen and penmanship too, I suppose, channel as well. So catch that one. Jack liked it. If Jack liked it, it had to be good. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it very, very much. Next week, I don't know what next week is, but I'm sure it'll be exciting. I forgot to write it down, and I don't want to look because I'll be wrong. But there's also a couple of really important events. Very important. So pay attention, okay? Do me a favor. This Saturday, if you're anywhere near Boston, anywhere, even New York, Boston, not that far, you could jump on a train. The Commonwealth Pen Show is this Saturday and Sunday, the 27th, 28th, in Somerville, Massachusetts, which is not far from Boston. So you have Boston, it's kind of a round city. And then Brookline sort of is like an incursion into part of Boston. And then if you move across the River Charles, you have Cambridge, which is a fantastic place. And then on the next town is Somerville. And close to Tufts is where the Somerville Armory is. So you could Uber from Boston. It's not too bad at all. So I have lived in my life in Boston, in Cambridge, and in Somerville. So for me, it's like going back home. And I am really excited. So I will be at the Commonwealth Pen Show at 11 o'clock in the morning, probably until about 1 or 2. And then I'm heading off for another adventure into Boston. Who knows where? Who knows? Who knows? So join me at the Commonwealth Pen Show this Saturday at 11. If you can be there, it's going to be a blast. And if you're in the New York City area this October, the long weekend, be it Columbus Day, be it Indigenous Peoples Day, whatever they call it, where you're from, it's a long weekend in the middle of October. And I will be at the Empire State Fountain Pen Show. And I'll be there on Saturday as well. And only Saturday because I have to show my daughter Starry Night at MoMA and a few other places. But I will definitely be at the Pen Show that Saturday. So you have 2 chances to catch me. I would love to meet you. Absolutely love to meet you. So it would be my honor. So catch up with me if you can. Speaking of catching up with people, let's catch up with David E. Pearson's $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Dallas shows this weekend. Yes, it is. I hope there are some unique Montblancs for sale. I can't quit Montblanc either. Oh, wait until you see what I have in store for you this evening. When you see what brought me back to Montblanc, I think you're going to understand and accept it. And David, thank you for your generosity. You're such a great supportive person, such a great friend of the channel. Thank you. And thanks for bringing up about the Dallas Pen Show. I don't know Texas very well. I've only been there to change planes. So one day, I'd like to see it. So if you're in the Dallas area, don't miss the Dallas Fountain Pen Show because that will be a blast. Joseph Brown says, looking forward to seeing you there. So Joe is instrumental in the Commonwealth Pen Show. So yes, you will see me there, my friend. We are ready to go. So everyone join us at the Commonwealth Pen Show this Saturday. Won't you? As I say in the beginning of many of my videos, join me, won't you? This time you get to see me in person. Okay, let's do something penny. By the way, I'm going to complain, as I often do, about Ecamm, which is this terrible software that I stream through. But since I know it, I'm sort of sticking with the devil I know rather than the one I don't. But it is so awful and always breaks down. So currently, it doesn't want me to use my remote camera. I had to plug it in. You can just make out the wire. I literally had to plug it in because it stopped recognizing it randomly. Because Ecamm is the worst. And I'm keeping up that feud. I may be making up with Montblanc, but I still despise Ecamm. And if you decide to stream, if you ever want to start a YouTube channel and stream, do not use Ecamm. It is the absolute worst. Except that the quality's nice, but it breaks down all the time. It's so primitive and awful. Okay, rant over. I promise you. So let's talk about which pens. Look, hands. I have hands. By the way, I've been moisturizing. I was watching some of my early videos. This is probably wrong, so forgive me. And my thumb can be so ugly and gross. Now, I'm already obsessed about my nails. I think you know. Ooh, that doesn't look too good. I think you know about my nails and how I trim them incessantly. And I think I have it. Yes. In my desk. These Victorinox nail clippers. Don't worry, I'm not going to clip my nails now, but look how great these are. It just flips over. I think these are about $16 or so. You can get them anywhere. These are awesome. You got to have them. I keep a pair of these in my work bag, in my Jeep, in my desk, and a different clipper over by the door, the front door of my study. I am always trimming, and I think my hands are starting to look kind of nice. Relatively. But now that I have this open, let me show you what else I have in here. Yes. How cool is this? Did you know I'm a huge Highlander fan? If you pay attention to the channel, you'll see a lot of references to Highlander. Back in the early 1990s, they had the Highlander TV series, and they were selling the VHS tapes. And if you bought the whole series, they would give you gifts. And this was one of the gifts, and I kept it. And it looked, it's brand new. Highlander, it's so cool. McLeod, you see that? How cool is that? Come on. It's got the katana from Ramirez and Duncan's claymore. Pretty great. And of course, I always have a loop. I'm always a little loopy, right? And these, by the way, I know Atlas sells these and a lot of other people sell them. These are awesome. Very sharp scissors. Very decorative. Buy these. Awesome. Okay. Oh, here's something else I can show you. Imogen made a Lacoste crocodile for me. So cute, my Imogen. Okay, I gotta recognize someone. Eric Shivler. Looks like $14.99 Australian. Penologist, good word, HJ. Discovered letter locking, folding letters into an envelope. Wait, let me see. Up for your coffee. HJ, enjoy. Thank you so much, Eric. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your generosity and for your support of the channel, for keeping the lights on. Thank you. Really appreciate it. And I'm glad you're into letter locking. I think letter locking's so fun. I should do another video on that. I have a whole resource on letter locking. I need to dive back into that. Thanks for the reminder. And Martha, how are you? $9.99 super chat. Thank you for the replace Ecamm budget. Thank you so much. Well done. I really should. It's just so terrible. But Martha, thank you so much for your generosity. The reason that I use it is that I don't have time to learn a lot of software, and I just need to keep moving with the channel. And I use this to record my videos too. So I mostly have the kinks worked out recording, but every once in a while it just does something weird and random. Like this phone, it's supposed to sync wirelessly. And the way to get it is by connecting it with the wire. But in this case, it'll only work with the wire. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. But that's what it's doing. So, I don't know. I got this kind of streaming service because I was doing a lot of interviews, if you remember, but then I stopped. So I don't know if I still need it. But I am having Aquamarina on very soon, a couple weeks. She's going to be like co-host one night, so I don't have to talk as much. And we can kind of chit-chat while we do the show. So I think it'll be a blast. And she also has more watercolors coming out, which we should talk about, which should be a lot of fun. So many comments, guys. I love the chat. Okay, I was doing something. Let's dive back in. I'm going to show you some stuff. So I believe it was Bella from Atlas that designed this for Rickshaw. Rickshaw made this great case. Mark Dwight, who's an absolute legend. If you ever get a chance to meet Mark Dwight at a pen show, he is the nicest guy. Nicest. So let me show you some pens I am using these days. So let me get the typical out of the way. I am using the Montblanc 149. This is the one from Paris. So this one is brand new. Kirk Spear worked on the nib. The nib is now gorgeous. Thanks to him, it works. This was one of my reasons I broke up with Montblanc, because this came in and the nib was inferior. It was not writing correctly. Let's see how it's doing tonight. It's doing okay. Really nice, actually. Yeah, it writes really nicely now. I put in Autumn Oak. What's not to like with Autumn Oak, right? It's so good for this time of year. I have a blast with this. It's great for signing my name. So I really like this pen. I've always liked the dimensions, but it's never good when your pen doesn't write well. And thanks to Kirk Spear, it now does. So thank you. Just need to take care of it. Make sure it stays that way. Okay. So this is one I've been writing with quite a bit. It's so pretty when it's brand new. It won't look like this forever. Okay, here's another pen. This one's in one of the pigeonholes on my desk. It is... Anybody know what this pen is? Have you guys ever heard of this one? I'm not sure you've ever heard of this pen. I'm being silly, of course. You know, there's a lot of details on this. This, of course, is the Pilot Custom 823, or as I like to call it, the PC 823. That's my designation for it now. There are a lot of things that people miss on this pen sometimes, right? One thing is this is sort of brownish, and this is sort of brownish. So it's kind of anchored with this brownish, which is really nice, actually. It carries the theme. The feed is blue, which is also really nice. It's very bleu, le bleu. Excuse me, number 15 Pilot nib. One of the best nibs out there. This is chock full of, no surprise here, no surprise. I can't spell it, but it's Eclat de Saphir. A beautiful, saturated blue. A luxurious, indulgent blue. Indulge your blue fantasies with Eclat de Saphir. Anyway, it's beautiful blue. We love it. It's one of my favorites, maybe. So I would like another one of these. I think I want one in fine. But this one has made a return to my roster. And I've been writing with it at home. I took a shot of this pen recently for a video that's coming out in November, where the nib is just glowing as if it's full of power and luminosity. It's just really bright. Let's just say it's really bright. This is as close as I can get and still be in focus. But dimensions are perfect. This is another pen that's sort of in that, you can post it if you want to. I don't like to. I think it's too long. It's sort of in that Goldilocks area where the Montblanc 146 is, the Sailor 1911L. It's a little slimmer, but it's in that area. The Montblanc 147, the Platinum 3776, kind of in that area, that perfect Goldilocks area. One thing I don't like about this pen, I obsess in how much you need to open the valve. I mean, you can see it. You can see it's open. I just obsess over it. I don't know why. Okay, so this is brilliant. God tier pen. So good. Okay. I could get carried away with this pen. Oh, let me take some points off too. Cap design. Bad. Bad cap design. Just move that down. No reason to have this little bit of acrylic here. It's just like inviting damage. So you have to be careful with that. I wish everyone would protect their caps. Protect your caps, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so that's here. I have a few side pens that are here, but I don't have inked up at the moment. The glass nib from Italy. This is such a great pen. You're going to see this on the channel again. It's a fountain pen. It's a button fill. Button. See? Kind of like an old Duofil. Button fill. But what's nice is most glass nib fountain pens, the glass nibs are chipped. This one is flawless. And I aspire to keep it that way. I don't know if it's Murano, but I like to pretend that it is. I did do a video on this, but it's going to be back on the channel very, very soon. And another one is this lever fill. I think it's hardened rubber, so I think it's ebonite. Steelograph. So this is like a felt tip almost, but the 1920s and 30s version. Because these were Winston Churchill's favorite. And that will come into focus in a couple weeks. Beautiful pen though. It's not full at the moment. Okay. I was showing something else, so let me show you some other pens I am using. So returning to the channel is the Karen. Ah, yes, look at you. You are gorgeous. Look at how the palladium reflects the gold. Do you see that? It looks like lights shining on the Seine during a romantic stroll beside that ancient river by the Ile de Cité. Very, very beautiful. Anyway, I'm a little silly tonight, so forgive me. It's better to have me silly than to have me depressed. So this has a beautiful inlaid nib, a really nice black body, perfect weight, and it's hard to pronounce. So it's got a lot going for it. I can't really see the paper, by the way. I don't know if you can tell. It's really hard for me to write. I either have to look under where my camera's set up or look over it. So I have to be careful. Does anyone see which ink this is? Anyone? Anyone? Oh, yes. It is also autumn oak. I do get into ruts, don't I? That looks like pack. Oh, well. Ooh, I could have done this. That would have been cool. Anyway. Beautiful pen. Beautiful. Fun to use. Snap cap makes it great for business. Need a quick signature. Very nice. Beautiful ink, right? Okay. I need to recognize someone very special. $2 super chat from Hazel. Hey Hazel, how are you? Happy late first day of fall to everyone here. Great point, everyone. Autumn is my favorite season. My family and I celebrated it by going apple picking on Sunday. Hazel, thank you so much for your generous support. I met Hazel in Chicago. Look at this, huh? Do you know this pen? Do you see that? It's almost hard to photograph. It's almost hard to record with because it's so reflective. And I don't feel like my videos have yet done it justice, except that I just filmed with it. And I think I have now done it justice in my next film on it. And the thing is that when you see this in person, it's really quite breathtaking. Elaine, you're really quite breathtaking. But it doesn't necessarily carry over into video, but I feel like I've captured it this time. Beautiful pen. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Okay, I got some more. More pen show and tell, and then we're going to get to our main point of discussion. Yes. Well, no surprise, the Pilot Custom Urushi, which is easy for me to say. Also would have to take some points off for not moving that gold band down to here. Wish they would. They won't. They don't. What can I do? I can't change things. Except when I can. And I'll tell you in a minute what I can change. And you'll be surprised, because I'm surprised. Oh, yes. Oh, beautiful, glowing Konpeki. How I love thee. Konpeki kind of sounds Hawaiian, doesn't it, in a way? I don't know. It just kind of sounds Polynesian to me. Oh, you are so pretty. Look at you. You're so pretty. Look at that. Look at that shading. How it goes from like a turquoise to a deep aquatic blue. You know what? This would be the official ink, I think, if he had class, of Steve Zissou. That will suit him perfectly. You know what? Maybe I should do a video where I pick inks for fictional characters. Steve Zissou. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that name tonight. Because I'm silly tonight. Yes. Anyway, look at this nib. It's dirty. My nibs are frequently dirty. I can't get to my chamois, so I'm going to touch it with this. And I made it worse. I made it much worse. Very good. Okay, I'm going to give up while I'm ahead. Because I have some other things to show you. Something exciting before we get to our main topic. And I'm really excited about this, and I want to share it with you. Okay, I'm not running the show well. I should go here. When my hands are doing things down, see? I should take your focus away from what I'm doing so it's more pleasurable for you. Okay, I have something really exciting to share with you, but before I do, I want to bring up the point that I just made again, before I forget, because I will. This is how my brain works. It goes from point A to point C to K, and then I forget Elemento, which Elemento is always my favorite letter when I was learning the alphabet. Elemento is my favorite. So, you guys know Lockbee, right? Lockbee, pen cases, journals, field notes, all that great stuff from Lockbee. Rolls to keep your pens and your knives in. I love Lockbee. I've done several videos on them. I'm a big fan. Well, do you remember the Lockbee Quattro, which I have right here, but I can't reach it. Can't. Do you remember the Lockbee Quattro? How many times I showed you on this channel that I thought it was too small. Too small. Just not long enough for a 149, let alone a Pilot Custom Urushi. This would never fit in a Quattro comfortably. You don't want to drag the zipper along the top of your pens, right? Right? Of course not. Speaking of which, I've said this before, I'm going to show it to you again. When I put my pens away, I don't put the clips out. There's something about my kind of order, my sense of order. I want to put the clips out. I feel like they're more orderly, but then they're going to twist and turn and scratch each other up. They're like cats. You put cats in a locked room and they don't know each other, they're going to fight. And that's how these clips are going to be. They're going to be all scratched up by the time you go see them. So, but you have to be careful. Your pen case isn't upside down when you unzip it, or you have worse problems. So weigh that for yourself. I come out on this way, especially with this case. I know which way's up. Okay? But consider this. Consider this. Okay? Back to Lockbee. Lockbee Quattro. I really like it. It's very small. Holds at least 4, ergo the name. I guess that's 8. But 4, ergo the name Quattro. However, too short. It was too short. And I said to them, Lockbee, it's too short. I like it. It's the best pen case I found up until then. I've been using this one. I love this. I think rickshaw pen cases are awesome. I do think this is too big, though. It's perfect for work. I take it to work. But if I'm going, like this Saturday, I'm going to the pen show. I'm not going to carry this. It's too big. I'm probably going to have 1 or 2 pens with me. And then I'm going into Boston. I'm probably film a little. So I want to be light. I'm also going to film at the Commonwealth. There'll be a Commonwealth Pen Show episode coming up. This is a little big. It's meant for carrying lots. Okay? The Quattro, though, too short. Too short. So I said, you guys, it's too short. What if you made it a little higher? And you know what they did? They made it higher. So I got a message from them. Hey, Hemingway Jones, from Emma at Lockbee. Lovely. She said, we took your criticism, constructive, but criticism nonetheless, into consideration, and we made it longer. So this is the first time where I have been able to sort of, well, no, actually, it's not the first time. It's the second time, because I did this with Ian Schoen, too, when he was doing the cleaner, and he took some of my advice. But it's one of the first times I'm very excited about. They took some constructive criticism and they improved it. So they're sending that. So I'll do an update very soon. I'm super excited. Dave B. $5 super chat from Dave B. Hi. Thanks, Dave B. HJ, how does the nib writing experience compare between the Karen and the Edson? That's a really good question, Dave B. Thank you for your generous contribution to the channel. I really appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, which you'll notice I put the Edson away. And I did. And that was hard. It was sort of like, I can't quit you, Edson, so I'm going to have to put you down for a little while. I had to force myself to put it away. I cleaned it and I put it away forcibly. The Karen is very smooth, but feels a bit softer than the Edson. The Edson is a very hard nib, but it's an incredibly smooth nib, incredibly precise, the absolute best feed, bar none. Flawless ink delivery. So the Edson feels more precise. It's feels harder in its experience of the page. The Karen is more wet and smooth. So if you don't like hard, and also Edsons are expensive now. I wish I had not said so much about them on the channel. Did you see the prices of Edsons go up? And I think I contributed to that, in part at least, because they went from in the high like hundreds, 6, 7, 8 to like a grand, 11, 12, 13. And probably because I'm always like, you got to buy one of these. What I should have done is bought a bunch of them and then did it. But I can't. I got to share my passions with you guys. I have to tip you off to these things. But yes. So Karen, $200. Watchman Edson, $1,200. So, there's that. Ryan McCassey. Ryan, my friend. $4.99. Thank you. Thank you for your generous contribution. I appreciate it. Excited to head to the Commonwealth Pen Show this weekend. Any tips for a first-time attendee? Hope to see some folks there. Ryan, I hope to see you. You need to show up, I hope, when I'm there at 11 o'clock this Saturday. I'd love to meet you. I do have some tips, guys, for your first-time pen show. One is, just bring 1 or 2 pens of your own. You'll probably learn more and see more than you'll want to show off what you have, I would think. Because there's so much to see and learn. So, if you have a pen, you need a pen to write your name or something for someone. But I don't know if you need to bring a collection of pens. I'll leave that up to you. I would take a look at who's going to be there so you can sort of map out what you want to see. But mostly, I would just wander and have fun and enjoy it and take it as it comes, because you'll make friends. You'll see some pretty interesting things and interesting brands. You'll get to meet some people and it'll be a blast. And I hope we'll meet. It'll be a lot of fun. So congratulations and welcome to your first pen show this Saturday. Bring lots of cash, Eric Chilver says. That's a really good suggestion, I suppose. Yes. Okay. So let's talk about something. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Who are we going to talk about? I would like to talk to you about Pastor Brad. Pastor Brad, who sent this very nice note. Blessings, Hebrew 12. 2. Don't know that passage. I have to look it up later. He says, thanks for taking time to review one of my leather journals. They are handcrafted, one by one, with love and care. I hope you enjoy it. So I want to give you a little background about Pastor Brad. Pastor Brad reached out and asked whether or not I would want to see one of his journals and kind of introduce it to you. And he was such a nice guy that I couldn't say no. So he's also, I found, a very intelligent fellow. He's a graduate of Liberty University and holds a Bachelor of Science degree in religion and a Master's of Art in religion with a concentration in biblical studies. Brad holds a Doctor of Ministry degree from Southeastern Baptist Theological Seminary. I memorized all that. I'm lying. I'm reading it right here. He's at Piney Grove Chapel in North Carolina. He started this side hobby of, I guess he was doing some beard conditioning. I don't shave, so his beard conditioning would be lost on me. I am 58 years old and I really don't shave. I do it just to keep things tidy, but I don't grow anything. And it's a shame. I really wanted a Hemingway beard, but I can't. But he then branched out. He was doing bindings of Bibles because that's his thing, right? He's a pastor. What else, right? What would he start with? Come on. And then he branched out into journal covers. So I really like this. It's a pocket journal. I'll show you it. It's a cover. I like to do with the wrap. You can kind of wrap it around with a loop, but I like the way it looks like this, because then you get a nice line here, and then you get sort of a little keeper here. So his company's called Woodsy Leather. And why am I promoting him? Because he's nice. He just seems like a really nice guy. And that's all the reason I need. It's my channel. I can do what I want. He seems like a nice chap. So I am going to say nice things about him. And plus, this is really nice cover. It's burnt orange. It's going to patina. Looks like he put... Oh, look, I just did that. That's so cool. I love this kind of leather because you can scratch it. And then you can just do that. And it just looks more interesting as you do it. Yeah, I really like that. That's really, really pretty. Nicely stitched. A nice journal cover. He's got a little mini composition book here, which is really charming. I'm not sure if it's fountain pen friendly or not. I suppose there's a way. Gee, if only I had a fountain pen that I could find out. Let's see how the paper does. But you know what? If it's not, we could just put a field journal in here. You can put anything in there. It's pretty nice. Okay. Wow, this is surprisingly nice. It's surprisingly fountain pen friendly-ish. Let's see how the other side looks. Oh, look at that. You know, this is really nice, actually. I wonder if these are the ones from Walmart. Do you know about the ones from Walmart that are supposed to be really good? Made in India. That tells you something. Stuff from India is really good. Did you know that? If you see stationery from India, it's usually quite good. Yeah, this is a triumph. I'm impressed with that. It's decent paper. Plus, it's romantic. I love a little composition book, and this can fit in your pocket. Woodsy Leather here. So this costs like $20 for this cover. It's very nice. It just gives a little bit of romance to your pocket journal. Let me see if the field notes would fit in here. I have one. No, it's a little too tall. A little too tall for field notes. But it does come in a bunch of other flavors. So for me, this is perfect because it'll fit my back pocket if I'm filming the channel. It's charming. It's pretty. It's going to have a nice effect over time. And Pastor Brad's just a really nice guy. So check him out. He's on Etsy. Woodsy Leather. Really nice chap. So, and I like this. I really do. You'll see this in some B-roll very, very soon. So very nice. There you have it. Okay. There you have it. It got really warm in here somehow. I don't know how. It also got weirdly quiet. This is a weird time of year where I live. I live in Massachusetts, and I live in a really nice suburban neighborhood west of the city. And I live on the edge of a vast area of conservation land that's really interesting. There are some really neat things. I'm going to just tell you this real quickly before I get to the main topic, although I better get there because we're running out of time. This hour's flying. There is a smokehouse back in the woods, and it's pretty far. It's like 20 minutes back, and it's all like brand new, and somebody smokes meat back there, and it's big. It's like the size of a small house. And that's really interesting. There's also an old Studebaker back there. And there's some really nice fields with different bird houses and things set up. I think they're doing some kind of like a survey of birds. And there's the ruins of an ancient homestead on the other side. And I actually had that in the B-roll for one of my watch videos for the Tudor watch. So really interesting place. But anyway, I hear a lot of owls, a lot of great horned owls, and they talk back and forth at night. I don't sleep a lot. So like I was up all last night. You hear the coyotes were right outside. The owls were calling. It just, well, actually the owls weren't calling last night. The coyotes were. But it's just really interesting. I forget why I got on that tangent, but I felt like it was important. Oh, let me recognize Mary. Mary Madden. Hi, Mary, with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Sorry I had to join late. I will catch the first part because I have a love-hate relationship with the Mont Blanc too. Oh, yes. Let me get into that, Mary. Thank you so much for your generous support. Mary's always helping the channel out. Thank you. So, Mont Blanc and I have a love-hate relationship. We flirted. We got together. We were together pretty strong. I'd say I was a fanboy for a while, maybe even an apologist to a degree because I was in love. I was crazy in love. Can you blame me? I mean, so beguilingly beautiful. And there are many things I love about Mont Blanc still, okay? My Traveler in Bordeaux is gorgeous and flawless, and I love that pen. I appreciate the person who sent it to me so much. Thank you. My Egyptomania is a brilliant pen. It is long overdue from making a return to this channel, and I have something very epic coming up with it. My Bohème, I adore. My 149, and many others. But I started to notice that their QC was slipping, and then that Wes Anderson debacle. And I won't go through that again. I know you've heard so much about it, but just encapsulate it quickly. Had to buy it last year, supposed to come back in the spring. It was $2,800 all in with tax. They kept pushing it off. By the time it came, it was a small, silly looking little pen in really bad packaging. It was so poorly packaged that it was rattling around in its box before it got to me. Took it back. They didn't want to take it. They argued against me returning it, which I was very disappointed. And I decided, you know what? Maybe it's time that we break up. Maybe it's time I stop being an apologist for Mont Blanc. I say that jokingly, but I just really love Mont Blanc, right? And then I bought that pen in Paris, which I still don't know what happened. When I first got it, it was writing great. And then suddenly, I think it was when I changed the ink the first time, or second time, it was just rubbish. It just false start, felt dry. Took it to Kirk Spear at the Atlas Stationer's Pen Show. He fixed it, which I appreciate. But it was enough. I was tired of not feeling completely satisfied with Mont Blanc. Because if you're going to spend $1,000 or you're going to spend $2,800, it better be a brilliant pen. And by the way, Pilot Custom Urushi is an expensive pen. I have no regret on that pen. Two things happened. One, I found a Mont Blanc that I had to have, which I'm going to show you in a moment. Two, Mont Blanc's releasing a new line of, I don't know if they're calling it Burgundy or Bordeaux, but essentially it's new red Mont Blancs in a 149. We've never seen a 149 in that color. It's exciting. But will I risk it? Probably not. I probably won't. Because I don't feel like they're finishing their nibs properly anymore. I'll wait. If people say I bought one and it's fine and I hear that maybe 10 times, then I'll get back into it. It's tempting. I love the idea of it. I love a good red pen. But let me show you which pen did lure me back, and I think you'll understand. Now, I didn't buy this from Mont Blanc, so I'm having my pen. I'm having my pen and I'm eating it too. I got this from Peyton Street Pens. Ooh. Any guesses from anyone in the chat which pen this is? Okay, I'm just going to show you because we're running out of runway for our airplane. Oh, look. It's so pretty. Hello, my precious. Yes. Yes, my precious. I'm assuming you know what it is now. But just to recap, this is a Mont Blanc Black Onyx Douai gold cap from around 2006. 2006. Can you guess which side size the nib is? Yes, it's a medium. I was waiting for this show to take this off. Yes. Stick it on there. Yeah, good. No marks. Good. Okay. There we have it. Had to have it, guys. You know me and Bohem's. So the best part about this... Now, well, let me show you this pen a little bit first, okay? I'm going to get rid of myself so you can take the pen in all of its glory. Oh, yes. So beautiful. How could I pass it up? Beautiful Glacier Star. Beautiful Onyx Caboochet. Gold coffered cap. How do we... Coffered. Yeah, I think that works. It also sort of looks like the TARDIS, doesn't it? Do you remember the TARDIS when Tom Baker era had the big coffers in the back, if you will? Yes, yes. So, you want to change the ink. There it is. Very nice. Yes. Sorry, guys. I am super psyched. Take this off. Take the cap. Put the cap on. And the nib does a little dance for you. Yes. Look at that. Look at that beauty. It's so pretty. How could I say no? How could I say no? So I'm going to tell you how much I got this for. Beautiful nib. Can't beat a 19-year-old nib. I don't know how to spell Douai, so... Oh, it's so fun. By the way, Terry from Peyton Street also sent some sepia ink. This is not it. This is... I always forget what it is. I have to look. Burgundy red. This is burgundy red that I had. But I'm psyched, and I should have put it in to try the sepia. Okay, so you know I'm a big lover of Peyton Street pens. I buy most of my vintage pens from there. You know I prefer a vintage Montblanc over a modern one. Does anyone oh, thanks, Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. I see you in the comments. Tracy's A is awesome. Thank you, Tracy, with the proper spelling. Okay. Terry at Peyton Street Pens. Guess how much I spent for this? I couldn't pass it up. Does anybody want to hazard a guess? Anyone want to hazard a guess? How much it was? I'll tell you. I'll tell you. This beauty, dead stock, possibly never inked. It sure looked clean. I soaked the nib and no color came out. So it certainly looked clean. And it had the sticker on it, but that doesn't mean anything. But it felt like dead stock. $500, guys. $500. $500. That's as much as the regular in the regular acrylic resin is usually that much. So with a gold cap, a one that was only out for a year in black onyx in new condition, I couldn't pass it up. I couldn't pass it up. So it's like, Mortimer, we're back. We're back. Montblanc, we're back. We're back on. But you know what? Maybe I'm older. I'm more mature. I'm more mature now, guys. Oh, it's so pretty. You know what it is? It's not new, flashy, sexy Montblanc. This is older, more sophisticated. it's got a bit of Versace about it. It's slightly, maybe a notch away from garish, but in a fun, interesting, pretty well-balanced way. And the coffers on the barrel make holding it a joy. It is a little back heavy. It is that. But when you write with it, you don't notice because it's cradled on your perlicue. And it makes writing really effortless and nice. It's a really interesting pen. And I love a Bohème. So, there's a couple of things too about a Bohème. If you turn the cap, it comes out straight, right? The nib just comes out straight. It actually does come out straight. But if you turn the body, it twists out. Now, it's not really twisting out. It's just that you're turning the body, but it's so much more romantic that way, isn't it? A little twist over holding it stationary and just moving the cap. Isn't that more interesting? Or is it just me? It's not just me. Come on, that's more interesting, right? I am over the moon. I adore this. $500. I couldn't let it go. It went up. I stared at it. I sent it to my wife. I sent it to Helen. I said, honey, should I get this? And I just knew it was one of those pens that it was going to bite down hard and leave a mark. That's what it was going to do. There was no forgetting about this. And that's when I knew I was in love. I needed this pen. And I'm sure I'll do content on it. I'm sure you'll get a review of some sort, or I'll work it in a list or something. You'll see it again. But for now, we're going to spend some time together, getting to know each other, deepening our relationship, strengthening our bonds. Because that's what fountain pens are all about. It's a journey. It's a process. The pendulum swings. You swear it off, and then you go back to it. If I contradict myself, I'm doing something right. I should be pushing boundaries. And that's what I do. And I keep you informed every step of the way. I share it with you. And if you've reached this point in the video, I'm sorry to say you have to subscribe. Those are the rules I just made up. And I would appreciate it. I promise not to bore you. That's my mission. There's a new video this week on the Gravitas Monster. You are going to love this one. It's an interesting pen. Ben's always up to shenanigans. I love that guy. So, very good stuff. Thanks for the kind words. I see a lot of people are digging the new pen. Thank you so much. Mary Beth Orr likes my description. Bite down hard and leave a mark. Yes, you know what I'm talking about though, Mary Beth. I mean, it sounds a little bit like something we did when we were teenagers or something, like bite your hand or something, but it's still, sometimes it gets to you. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here, so much for watching, for following the pendulum as it swings back and forth. It's an absolute joy. I wish you guys all the best. New video this weekend so I can keep my promise to you, the promise I make with each video, that we will see each other again. When? Further up the road. Perhaps at the Commonwealth Pen Show or the Empire State Pen Show. But I will see you soon. Till then, take care.